It's got like all sorts of stuff. How small it is. Oh my god. So I'm not even exactly sure what this, I mean, what's your eyeballs? I'm going to scroll all the way up. So this is from Elizabeth M. Locke, PC, Claire Locke, LLP, February 16th, 2024, from Virginia, and Eric Hagman. So via email, examining Doug Wilson and Moscow. So Christchurch and Pastor Doug Wilson to the administrators of examining Doug Wilson in Moscow. Oh, it must be, okay. So obviously, well, not obviously, I'm thinking, I don't even know for a fact, but the kind of what I'm thinking is that this was a Facebook post that they're doing, and he's not happy about it, obviously, because, as you know, our firm is defamation counsel to Christ Church of Moscow, Idaho. We have thoroughly reviewed, analyzed, and archived hundreds of social media posts on Facebook, Instagram, and X pages you administer collectively. Oh, that's why. So this is them doing the rebuttal for it, I guess, is what it seems like to me. So, I'll put the link in there, and so I'll put the Reddit link in there, and then you can find it through that and just click on it. And wow, it's because this is like, look at this. This is like long and it's small. I mean, it's gonna make my eyes go, yeah, south. Look at all that. I mean, I'm curious about all the different things in there, but it's just, ugh. I can't imagine. My eyes are like kind of going, oh, right now, just trying to see it. It's so tiny. Oh, but well, they're naming people. They're naming all sorts of people. This is crazy. And they have maybe we need this chick right here. These guys for Brian. I mean, they look like they got their stuff together down here. Like, wow. Well, I'm not surprised. So, blog and moblog. It might really be interesting, actually, to read, just to get some background, but I don't have time today. I'm trying to get into a bunch of other stuff, and I actually just sat down and take a little break here because I've been cleaning and doing all sorts of stuff. It's been needing to get done for a while now, so I get back up again. Oh, vacuum. I don't want to. Well, after I did the frat one, this one was right there, so I kind of went through it just a little bit, but I did click on one of the files that was in here, and it is so lengthy. Oh my god. But anyway, this is Christ Church Affiliated Businesses Facebook page. Now, I've seen that before because I looked up just to see what their businesses were in town when I was looking for, under Rosie and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not sure if that's exactly what they're talking about. But anyway, did the Facebook page that showed Christ Church Affiliated Businesses get deactivated or taken down? I can't seem to find it. Let's recompile. Feel free to DM me a list, and we'll get it together again. I'll see if I have any screenshots of the list. If you do make an updated list, please publish an update here for us folks not on Facebook, or for who are interested in not supporting the cult. If you do make if you do make an updated list, please publish an update here for us folks not on Facebook who are interested in not supporting the cult in any way. Okay, so the fact they are sending lawyers after people who are producing this and informing the community is proof that it's making a difference and they are being affected by it. I wonder what they're talking about. I mean, I only got into a little bit of this. I have a screenshot saved somewhere, and it was taken last year, so it may be completely out of date, but I'd be happy to send it to you, or send it to anyone. So this is this is actually the list right here. And it shows just all of the real estate and things like that. And you can't really, Oh, there we go. So actually Rosendal's wife's business is at Sister's Cookies. What else is in here? I was looking to see if maybe Kane or Sage are in here, but Eric E. Eber. Redemption Auto. Yeah, so he's got his own media, so he's got his own, videographers, and he's got quite a few of them. Roman Roads, yeah, that's right. He's got a bunch of those. Forgot about that. Troy Gun instead of Toy Gun. That's a cool little play on words. Interesting. Oxford Laundry. Sister churches. Okay, so there's true. The sister churches are the Christ Church downtown, Trinity Reformed, and King's Cross. So, wasn't there another one? I can't remember. There was another one. I thought, I'll go there later. So, that's an older list. I have more current ones in my screenshots. A different one shows up in the search list of Christ Church businesses on Google Images, but I don't have a Facebook account to access it. Not sure if that helps you. Well, that sucks. They just posted within the last week and now appear to be gone. Well, that sucks. I didn't go to the page a lot, but it was a nice reference. I'm wondering if it's related to this letter Christ Church posted about some other accounts. So this is the PDF file I'm talking about, and this is a really very lengthy read. And it's I just skimmed over it, and it's about people basically saying they're claiming that people are telling lies about the things that are happening in their church, like, with the pedophile, that kind of thing, with all that kind of stuff. And it's long, and it's like really tiny print. But I can actually link it in there. I might try to read some of it later, but it's really tiny. I didn't read the letter and stopped when I saw defamation. That Facebook page wasn't defamation. It was stating fact. Whether a business was affiliated with the church or not, I'm sick of this church in the community. Ooh. Oh yeah, I agree. It might not be defamation, but they might be scared since CC Christchurch is lawyering up and against other pages. It's sad the page is not around anymore. The page is still very much active, and I assure you that they aren't scared. It's just I was just on it 5 minutes ago reading the farce of a cease and desist order they were sent. Sharing facts is not defamatory in any way. Well, there's another couple of sites titled Examining Doug Wilson. They are different from the one that listed the business affiliations. Thanks for posting this. I read it half-heartedly, but enough to see that it only covers CC and Wilson's legal affairs. You might be right that it scared whoever posted it all on Facebook, but they were posting all sorts of stories and analysis. I'm wondering if this is still like a overflow of what the last time that he had people at him, and that was because his wife, they did that about the child, about the punishing the child, so spanking or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. I have it on in my videos, but I can't remember exactly what it was. But anyway, so thanks for posting this. Okay, posting all sorts of stories and analysis. Accordingly, my plan is to leave the CC moniker off the list entirely and simply refer to it as the Moscow Cult. But by doing so, we're not calling out CC by name, so that the lawyers don't have any defamation standing, but end users still get the list. I'm simply using CC tactic, dog whistling. Oh, now that's weird. Dog whistling. That just feels weird because of Rosendahl and the whistles and stuff. Ooh, creepy. I actually took a screenshot of it a couple weeks ago. Reddit doesn't seem to be allowing me to post a photo in a comment, but I've got but I've got a recent version of it. I had one in October. I'd love to compare it if you could send it to me. Bummer. I believe Sage Francelich ran that page. He should have the most updated list. I'd suggest emailing him. What? So, hey there. I'm curious about your comment about Sage. Is he a church member? No answer. Thanks. I'm reaching out to him to see what he has. I'm also curious how the information was vetted regarding affiliated and adjacent. That's interesting. I think there used to be a post on this sub about it and with a list of businesses. I think there used to be a post on this subreddit about it with the I searched and I saw it, but it appears dead. Damn, I love that list. It was perfectly curated list of people I'd like to give my money to. I wonder what they're talking about. I mean, if they're not wanting to, is this against the church or for the church? I mean, I don't even understand it anymore. Oh man, that's generally useful. A list for discovering the best businesses in Moscow. I always checked it first when seeking services. I'm not boycotting anyone, but I know I'll get the best services and products from affiliated folks. So always my first choice. Please rebuild. Surprise, there isn't a separate page for CC Snark. Christian Snark. That's interesting. So I wonder if they're talking, so like the businesses that they own, but they're also talking here that they don't want to support the church, I think, right? I don't know. This is kind of confusing to me. I find that really interesting about Sage, though. I don't know about you guys, but I find it kind of interesting because that would mean that brings something. Oh man, I mean that makes me feel extra weird if that's the case, because if there was drones, and then we've got Sage with his drone company, and we've got Rosendahl there, who was born and bred in the church and still is. I mean, that would. Oh my goodness. Wow. Huh. I wonder how you can find. Well, I mean, they used. Well, it wasn't a full member list of who was in the church, but there was a, like a smaller one. I think maybe if you're, like doing something within the church, like not just member, I think they might list you, but I don't think they list members. But if he was running the page, it's just weird, huh? So I'll show you this. I might have this already loaded up. Okay, so hello. Hey, I am actually doing this. The video you just watched. I did a while ago. I put that in the beginning. I let you guys know that in the very beginning. It was like a couple weeks ago. But anyway, I just wanted to touch base on what I was thinking about that whole deal with Sage being there. So I don't know if you guys remember this, but a while back, I read that Sage had bought up a bunch of property, and he's got a company now called Blue Sky Real Estate. And Dan Esty, when I went to look his up, because it was so similar to his, because his is Bluebird Real Estate, and I thought, that's weird. That sounds really familiar, right? And then Sage was talking about. I take one of my earbuds out so I can hear properly. Ugh, it gets blocked up every once in a while. So then, so I'm thinking that sounds really similar, right? And I know that they had said that they had sold. So I don't know where I heard it, but I heard they had sold some of those LLCs, right? Well, when I went to look up Dan Esty, he shows up as permanently closed on his real estate site. And I was like, what? So my thought here is, what if, holy crap, this is crazy. What if with it's sage because if he is the one that does those lists, that does a list for the church, if he's in with the church, what if he bought those places up for the church? You know what that would mean? Oh my God. That would mean that the church got exactly what they wanted, because apparently they've been wanting that area forever. And if that's the case, that makes my head go to places that I don't want to go. Because they would have to have something drastic happen in that area to cause that area to decline for some reason, to have, you know what I mean? It's to not like lose money per se, but just like people not wanting to be around or something like that, you know what I mean? Or like just a lull of sorts, while maybe other things were, happening. Because just like they're doing to us with Idaho4. They'll pop something up. All of a sudden, there's something else new. Now there's a girl saying about the camera, blah, 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 and there's a bunch of them now. And now there's EMTs that are going in with it's just like freaking one thing after another. And now creators their freaking computers are blowing up. Their laptops are blowing up. I don't know what happened to another person. They made a community post, but nobody's talking to anybody. Or maybe they are talking. Maybe they're just not talking to me. I don't know. But, there's like nobody talking to nobody. And like nobody's got videos up. It is bizarre. It's like a ghost town out there. It is so weird. But it's necessary, obviously, because something's going on. And someone's doing something not very nice. In fact, it's not very nice at all. In fact, it's shitty. It's worse than shitty, actually. And for what? What other reason? Unless it's like, the LE or something, or the prosecutor or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. For all we know, with this Reddit thing, that this just happened, like, it's the end of this month. Or, not the end of this month, but, just what, a few days ago, or about a week ago. And maybe they're feeling it with the the Idaho4 stuff too. I don't know. But, and maybe they're, lashing out, but that's just pure speculation. I have no idea what's going on over there, but what I'm saying is that when I heard that Sage, owned, now he's got, 3 or 4 real estate companies, I was thinking, how the heck did he do that? Because he was from one, it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense at all. And so, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Lana did got a body cam quite a while back. And it's of, there was a call that came in about a noise complaint from, they pulled up to the Queen Apartments, the cops did. But they ended up going out from, the backside of Linda Lane, that way, where the runners were that we see. Sorry, my breathing's really bad right now. But, so, that's the cops pulled around the back parking lot of Queen. And then they pulled around to where they could park, where the section is where you can go through between the two apartment buildings. Anyway, they were walking down in between the two of them, going towards where they heard the sound coming from, right? And there was a guy crouched down by a bush on the sidewalk at the very end of the apartment place. And, he's up high because he's up on the steps, and, you have to go down in order to get down to the road to go to the King house. But all he did, it was like the cops knew him. It was weird. But he was literally crouched down on his sitting on his legs, like if you're watering the lawn, or, you see, it's so funny. I worked for this Asian lady for quite a few years, and we would always joke about that, about how, it's in the front lawn watering the grass, and how they have the most beautiful lawns, and they can eat everything in the lawn. And she's like, "Oh yeah, you'll eat it," she was so funny. She was one heck of a woman. That woman she's like one of the, where I lived, she was like the top richest person in real estate. Yeah, she was Korean. She came over she's got a book out. She's really crazy. And crazy, that woman is. But anyway, so So here you've got this guy crouched down. He sees the cops walking towards him, probably before they saw him, because he's wearing dark clothes too, and that baseball cap. Like you couldn't really tell who it was, but it's like you could kind of get the gist of it, right? Because he didn't look at the camera, but he just stood up, and then he just pointed. Oh my God. That's the same thing that one guy did at the dumpster. Remember that one video I did where I'm like, what's he pointing at? And then I realized like he was pointing maybe to the lady that's where it happened up there or whatever. But he almost did that. I'm going to have to watch that again. He almost did the same type of pointing thing, but I think this guy was a little bit small, a little smaller. Like literally, he could have been Sage. Reminded me of what Sage would look like. And he just pointed and he didn't say a word. And the cops just said thanks and walked off in that direction. And I was like, that's just a weird thing. First of all, this is Moscow. Let's just get it right to the point. This is Moscow. Anybody who's crouching behind bushes, you better watch out with it. You better keep a good eye on those babies, man. Which they never do. No report taken, right? Go on with your business, right? Shit. Jeez Louise. But what if he was calling in the noise complaints? I mean, what if he was just getting other people or what? I mean, it seemed weird. I couldn't hear anything. What they were hearing. And I don't know. All of a sudden this just feels really weird to me when it comes to that him and his dad. Because for God's sakes, there's no way I mean, and it started before 1 o'clock and it went past 5 o'clock, more than likely. I don't know how it couldn't. That no one heard anything, especially the freaking owner who has a surveillance cam. I mean, that just blows my mind. No way. And here's another thing. Did they look those vehicles up? Whose vehicles are those? Because hands down, there was people in every single one of them. And I don't know why there'd be people in these vehicles in the parking lot in November, just sitting out there. Full. That makes no sense whatsoever. There's laundry going. There's people running around. Oh, quiet night. Unusually quiet night. Bull crap. So get this. Rosendahl was hired in December 2021. He came from up north, from Bellingham, Western Washington, Western Community College or Western something like that. No, Western State College, I think. And he worked as a cop up there. I think it was only for like a year, maybe a little bit over a year. And what did I read? I read something that basically they didn't say why he was let go, right? They didn't say it. But who knows? Look at him on this campus. What if something happened up there? And he would maybe there was church members up there, because he's a member of the church. He was born and bred there. His parents are still there, his wife, everybody. And why would he be in the police department when Moscow and the church were in the middle of a fight? They hadn't even resolved that whole thing with Stickergate yet. And yet they're hiring a guy from the church? I don't know. I think this is kind of fishy. I think that I'm wondering, well, they'd have to have known him because he was from that area. They'd have to have known he was from the church, hands down. But I'm just feeling like that church is or the MPD is being infiltrated with church members. And, God, could you freaking imagine? I mean, they won a $300,000 settlement out of the whole thing. That's where that freaking part of that $1 million went for the case. Jeez Louise. So, yeah, each one of them, there was 3 of them that had to go to court, and each one of them got $100,000. But, think about it with the church. Could have been a hell of a lot more. But, hey, we got a copper up here that needs a job. You never know. Look what the university's hiring up.
hiring up Joe Vito, and then all of a sudden he's gone, right? I don't know what happened there, but maybe he needed some penile, medicine, so he decided to work there. Although I hear that's pretty lucrative. I was talking with a friend about that. I was telling her like the story about him being hired there, and then Emma's cheer coach, Cindy, she's now just recently, as of January, hired there. I mean, it's kind of weird the connection with all of them together. It's just a little too much. Everything in that town's a little too much. It's like they're all freaking robots. It's like, it's weird. So you've got them all hiring. So, what if? Holy crap. And you got to know that there's fraternity guys and sorority girls that, are affiliated with the church and are members of the church. For Christ's sakes. Oh, oopsie daisy. Cheese and rice. Dang, that was a slip. What was I going to say? Now I don't even remember what I was going to say. Oh, that I believe Bethany is a member of that church. I can't be sure, but I'm pretty sure that day that happened, I looked it up. I looked up any churches that had live feeds, and I saw one, and I swear, you never saw her face, but it sure did look like her, and she didn't face the camera. She was by herself. People were really weird with her. Like, they talked to her and stuff, and they acknowledged her, and they hugged her and stuff, but nobody was like, no family was with her. She was like, it was just weird. It was just strange. And then the band on stage, it was like a family band. They were really good, actually. And they definitely played a lot to her. You could definitely tell it was, I don't know, it was like directed towards her, you might say. It's just weird. So, anyway, something to think about. Frick, man, that's so crazy. And the fact that Kelley, I've never heard them talk about going to church and doing all this stuff, and her things I value list, here, let me pull it up, I'll show you. Okay, so this is her list. First, my goals. The most important thing for me to realize is that I am setting these goals as a lifestyle change, so no set end date. Number 1, build my relationship with God. Podcast, Bible study, journaling, church, TikToks, prayer walk, prayer, worship, 1 hour with God every morning. Now, that is a little extreme, you guys, don't you think? That's not just a little extreme, that's a lot extreme. So, this takes me to, okay, where she's going to work at EcoShield, right? And then you've got the church. They're big on you, just better, people they're always in church. And, like, you eat, sleep, and poop church, right? And what if EcoShield and the church are, like, connected? Because this almost sounds like she's scared, like she better do this. Oh my God, like, oh, I promise I'll do this. I promise, I promise. It just feels weird to me. It has ever since I read this, and it's always felt weird to me. And I bring it up all the time. You guys probably hear all the time bring it up. So we've got that, and then it's got eat whole foods. Eat whole foods only. Veggies, fruits, protein, grains. 3. Focus on my relationships. God, number 1, family, friends, and then Jack with 2 hearts, which is weird. Maybe that means both of them together. I don't know. But that seems, I don't know. That always seemed weird to me too. But God first, family, friends, and then Jack. Like, this feels to me almost, I'm going to say it. It feels to me like a threat. It feels to me like she got scared or something. Like, what, I don't know. It just feels so weird. And just because I'm fearful of repercussions, I'm not going to go any further on that if I can help it. Because because from what I've read, and maybe it's maybe I'm wrong, but just from the interviews I've seen, I don't think I am wrong. Um, that he there's a lot of nefarious stuff going on in there around there. I mean, it's just, I mean, if just number one, if you can beat your wife or rape her, if she doesn't want to have sex with you, there's a problem there. That's a problem. Yeah, there's stories of the men after one just had a baby, and just, I mean, there's some ugly stories coming out of there. So, work out daily. Um, Walk, gym, yoga, Pilates. Take Murphy on 2 walks a day. 25,000 steps daily, walking with treadmill. Read daily. Drink more water. Um, get TikTok famous, and that's what her sister's the one that actually put this out, right? Because it was Kaylee's, and she had found it, or I'm not sure how she got a hold of it, but on one of her videos, she says, "Look, sis, I'm TikTok famous," because she is now. So, and then sleep schedule. So the sleep schedule. Okay, so now we're gonna get to this. Things I value. God, number one. My family, mom, dad, Stephen, Olivia, Autumn, Aubrey, Nan, Grandma, Aunt Tammy, Uncle Chris, Sabrina, Bryce, Phoebe, Dahlia, Fox. Now her friends, I find this really strange. Maddie's number one. That's not strange to me. But she's got other friends that she grew up with that she's very close with. So I'm surprised that they're not listed next after Maddie, but they're not. And I'm surprised at who else. I mean, I could see maybe Xana, but just the things that we've heard about Dylan and Bethany with them, it makes me feel like this. It makes me feel like this list is telling us something. And I thought of it from the get-go. It's always been weird to me, and I always felt like she was trying to give us a clue. And you got to remember, she's a little sleuth girl, right? What if this list right here tells us everything we need to know, and literally we just freaking read. I just read it to you, the first part of that. So Xana, Dylan, Bethany, Josie, Laura, Zoe. Remember, we heard Zoe in Linda Lane. Nat G, Ash, Nat F, Riley. We heard Riley, the food truck. Where's Riley? You know, the girl with the Apple Pay. Where's Riley? Grace. So, Nat F, Riley, Bailey. We heard Bailey in Linda Lane too. Daisy, Chloe. And this one is interesting. There's just a B, a capital B. Sailor. We heard Sailor. Kayla. That's the one that's always half naked. Katie, Phoebe, Erica, Sophia. Now, Sophia, Ruby, Ashlyn, Kendra, and Haley and Jaden were all in the house. Like these were some of the girls that lived there with Maddie, like before Kaylee even lived there. And look who's squeezed in at the very end. We've got Emma squeezed in at the very end, which I also find very strange. Very, very strange. So then we have Jack, Murphy, my job, my health. Now this one really gets me. My space. And in parentheses, you've got room plus upstairs plus alone time. Now, I don't know about you, but what that tells me right there, this is the first thing that told me all I need to know about that house being wired, is that it's wired. Her room, she wants her space, right? In her room, upstairs, where she feels, it's her place, not downstairs where they're partying, but upstairs where her bedroom is, where her and Maddie's bedrooms are. So room plus upstairs plus alone time. I felt that like in that picture she takes where she's got her finger in her mouth into the phone's kind of showing basically the mirror and then reflecting to the outside. I think that house was wired. I think that they never had, like right here, they never had alone time. They were always on display in every way, shape, and form, right down to, there's just so many weird things. Okay, so then she's got my future, my looks, my social life, and then I don't know what that last one says. It looks like it says health, something about health, but anyway, I always thought this was really, really weird. I mean, like it was a clue. Like there's something in here, and why did those other girls leave? Like they all, like they didn't even graduate till that year. So why did they leave like they did? Why didn't they stay in that house? And they're all freaking bodybuilders now, like major bodybuilders. And and it's just weird. I mean, plain and simple, just weird. And it started as soon as Kaylee got there. That same day she got to that house, there was a noise complaint, that noise complaint. And that one right there. So I'm going to cut this short right now. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go into it. I'm going to start laying everything out how I see it, I think, little by little. Because there's new people coming in that I can tell by the comments that they don't know, like they haven't been here as long as, a lot of us have. And they don't understand this thing, which I totally get. I mean, I can imagine if I was back then and then me now trying to tell back then me, or, I mean, no way. I wouldn't even know where to start. I mean, I just sound like I'm crazy when I'm talking to someone about it. I swear. They look at me like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? I mean, especially now, would you imagine if I was telling this crap I'm telling you guys right now? They'd be like, what are you talking about? So anyway, I'm going to get this up and running. And thank you guys. I'm sorry I have not been. There's been, like I said, there's some weird stuff going down right now. And I don't know where it's coming from. I have no idea. I have my theory, or little things here and there, but that's not that's not any. I mean, I don't know who it is. All I know is that it's not nice, and it is tearing. I think it's kind of it's creating havoc between the creators as well, because no one knows who to trust, and I think that's messed up. That person is, whoever's doing this is fucked up, man, because that is so evil right there. Now that makes me feel like this person's got an evil bone in their body, that's for sure. Because this is people's lives. This is people's lives they're messing with. Just like, I'm not going to go there because I'll just keep going and going and going. Okay, you guys, love you and thank you for your support. I appreciate you guys, really. I truly, truly do. Okay, I will get this up running tonight. Thanks. Bye. Can't wait to hear your thoughts on this one. Oh my God. Oh, I'm kind of scared. Okay, bye.